Hi. What you guys are about to see is an excerpt taken from a 1-hour session filmed for my patrons with Chanchai, Tummarungsri. He is a Teep specialist from the Golden Age. He fought some of the most powerful fighters using mainly his teeth. He's actually pretty incredible. In this session, we really focused in on it. I happen to love sessions where we geek out on one thing, so this was really enjoyable to me to learn all the different facets that go into making teeping an entire fighting style instead of just one weapon used sometimes within an overall arsenal. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and definitely check out the full session by clicking on the link below. You can become a patron. Enjoy. This is the drive to Rahway Muay Thai, which Rahway used to be on Rahway Beach, but they've moved. So now they're in Khao Lak, which is an area still in Phuket, but a ways up from where they were before. It's this beautiful little residential neighborhood, and you go down these roads, and then when you get kind of to the end of it, the Rahway gym has all of this land in the back. It's very pretty. Chanchai's brilliant knowledge and experience. He's gonna geek out on the Teep. If you guys are way into the Teep, there's also the man-up, the first man-up session where he focuses a lot on the Teep. These go together really well, but Chanchai is focusing here on how to angle the actual teeping leg in order to get the most power out of it. So you can see the ball of my foot is what's making contact. He doesn't want my leg absolutely straight. There's a bend in the knee. And then he wants me up on the toe of my standing leg, but not peg-legged. Like, he just lifts his heel a little bit. Watch that. See how simultaneous that was? He comes up on the ball of his foot on the standing leg while the teeping foot is just kind of barely pushing me off. He like kind of flicks his foot that's teeping me at the same time that he's coming up on his standing leg. The timing of this is what creates the power and the accuracy. But look at how it looks like he's barely moving. I can attest that didn't feel good. That had a lot more power in it than what it looks like. It looks like nothing, but look at how balanced he is to follow afterwards. So he's just barely off balancing me and like kind of pushing me off. And then as he lands, he's on balance to punch or kick or follow with whatever he wants. There he's showing that's not good. What he just did there, he leaned back too much and he actually didn't put the flex in either of his feet. He's saying this is no good. See how flat foot I am? He wants just the ball of the foot. And then see how I'm coming up on my standing foot? I pushed myself backwards by coming up too high on my standing foot and not flexing my teeping foot at the same time. So the simultaneousness of those 2 feet working together makes sure that all your power is going forward into your opponent instead of knocking you backwards, which as a small fighter I often do. I knock myself backwards off of bigger people quite a lot. Here he's focusing on having balance as you come down. So he's saying that my heel was up too high as I was coming down and my foot was angled a little bit. This is very detailed, so watch what he's doing with his feet, and I'll try to catch all the little parts that I'm doing. See how his standing foot just barely flexed up, like his heel just barely came up? So he's explaining how if the opponent backs up, right? So if you teep them and they back up because you teeped well or because they're trying to get out of the way, you're gonna have to follow them. So you have to really be on balance to follow with your strike. He's saying if they don't go anywhere, if they don't go backwards, see how unbalanced I was right there just to be able to strike right off of it. It's when they move is harder because you have to cover distance. There, he lifted his leg in order to show me the timing of that teep. Teeps do not have to be the like 300 front kicking someone into a pit. Like, it doesn't have to be super powerful. The power comes from the timing and the accuracy. But look at how he's showing his weight transfer. He's saying if his weight is on his back foot, he can teep with his front leg. If his weight is on his front foot, he can't actually come forward. Like, he's put his weight too far forward on his front leg, and he can't strike. So he likes his weight to be right in the middle, and then he'll rock it back a little bit in order to throw that front teep. My teep is quite short, so I'm struggling with reaching him without extending too far. Like, I'm actually beyond my own reach when I'm hitting him. He has a very beautiful long teep that works because of that flex in his standing foot. By rising up on that standing foot, it actually extends the length of his teep by, I don't know, maybe 6 inches or something. There he's showing no. See how my leg is completely extended and straight? He wants the bend in the knee so that I can just push with the ankle, sort of. Like, you have more extension than you think you do because you've got a little bit of bend. This is one of my favorite things that he does. He's using his hands to demonstrate how the standing foot, that's his right foot, and the teeping foot, that's his left hand, they go together. See how simultaneous that is? Promgan means like same time, simultaneous. So I'm lifting and then shoving my hip forward to try to extend to him. So the pieces are right, but they're hinged. They're two pieces. He wants it to move all as one piece. There he's putting the timing on it, like I'm watching his foot come up. And by going at the same time that his punch is coming or the same time that his foot is coming up, he's already transferring his weight. So when I come up and hit him at that same moment, it's like a bat hitting a ball that's midair. It's just going to throw him off. So if you're facing a puncher, your leg is longer than their arm. So if you teep them while they're punching, their punch is not going to reach you. And you can kind of teep at an angle. You can teep at their hip, and it's going to kind of like send them off to the side. So I understood just there on my teep how I don't even have to hit him very hard, but by hitting him at the right moment, at the right angle, it's going to throw his trajectory off. So the defense is actually by spoiling his strike rather than blocking it necessarily. He's going to bring me over to the bag to practice this. So there's right about an opponent's belly, or like solar plexus. He's still aiming for under the belly button. That's his favorite spot. It's where you like rip the muscles apart. But look at his standing leg. See how he just kind of hops forward? He's not hopping up, but he kind of skips forward, and he's still landing with the ball of his foot on the target. So I stopped the bag, and he's like, no, you have to hit a moving target. Because no opponent's going to stand still in front of you. So he saw that I cheated. I had to like switch my feet in order to make that work. See how I'm like using weight going forward and then back? I'm taking multiple steps in order to get my back foot moving. You should be able to do this from a standstill. Watch his standing leg. Bop. Just goes. Just water skips forward. That's what I'm doing. I'm like taking a step with my front leg and then dragging my back leg and then throwing my front leg. Bop. It's just one thing. This is totally man up, Silipatai. Oh, it's very hard for me. I keep going too high. That's what he said I looked like. That's what it felt like. Look at how invisible it is. It's so fast because he doesn't take any extra steps. It just goes. Boop. And then control your guard. Controlling your arms gives you more balance. It's not only about blocking and defending. Having firmness in the right parts of your upper body helps with the balance. That's what he says I'm doing still. Way too vertical of a jump, and then the Teep coming out kind of like a, I don't know, karate front kick or something. You can see the extension on his on his teeping foot as well. Look at how he's showing the weight transfer. He's still got bend in his knees, and he can totally pivot off to the side if he needs to. Oh, so that's if your foot doesn't move. See how he is off balance after he made contact? Okay, so that is Chanchai, the Teep specialist. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely recommend you check out the full session. It's an hour. Click on the link in the description below. And while you're there, you can check out more than 94 hours of long-form instruction like this from the greatest crews, fighters, legends, the Muay of Thailand, tons of documentary projects, interviews, watch with me, things like this. So tons of things to see on Patreon. I hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you.